from dummy half. Talking about another strong player. Cochrane. Borden playing in his favourite second row. Oh, a terrible pass from Borden. He should have been burnt at the stake for that one. There was a player in the middle between them. A Canterbury player intercepted it so easily. It was Scott Bennett, and unfortunately he had the great misfortune to put it down, but Borden had time.
The breeze has started to really come up the last couple of minutes. I would think that would be worth possibly 6 to 8 points in the first 2 quarters.
Okay, in favour of Canterbury Bankstown. All right, we've got Brokenshire now on the move. He's taken play to within about 15 metres of the Canterbury line. Cochrane, Hasler, Borden trying to pump it up, running strongly and aggressively. Got a shoulder through, tried to get the pass away, couldn't do it. Lyons switches it back to Hasler. Then out to Mitchell Cox. The little grubber kick through. There might be a penalty come out of that. The referee says no. It's well fielded there, just on the goal line by Potter. He's absolutely superb at half-volleying footballs and picking them up on the run. Oh, Gibbs has come in strong on Farah. Knocked him over. The referee says play on. So it's just that he's such a spectacular player, Gibbs. Everything he does has a sort of note of controversy about it. Ronson becoming involved on the open side of the ruck. Still no score. We've had about 6.5 minutes play. Borden. Oh, strong and hard. Gillespie. What a stop. What a head-on hit. Bucket. 2 balls on the field. Theoretically, the referee should stop the play if he's going to allow it to proceed. Perhaps he didn't see it. Mark Buckton working at dummy half. That pass appeared to come to him in a forward position. There's some strong, heavy tackling up top, and Gibbs is going to be called out. It's true to say, I think, that Gibbs is going to be a marked man from all and sundry. That, to me, I've got to be honest, didn't look any different to the one that Vorton topped a couple of minutes ago. Is unsuccessful. That is a let-off for Manly Warringah. And so the score is 0-0 after about 9.5 minutes. From the quarter line dropout. Picked up nicely on the half volley by Hagan. Some skill required in that technique in wet conditions. Bugden away to Bennett, the winger. Oh, what a good tackle. Mark Brokenshire coming in with a really crushing tackle on that occasion. There's Lyons down below with Tux, the man, being put away. Another penalty inside the 5. I won't argue with that one. I think that they probably were offside the ruck before. Farah. Very stocky player, powerfully built, very good attitude to rugby league. Strikes it, he's got that way in the air. It's a beautiful kick, right over the dead ball line as well, and a magnificent start for Canterbury with a goal from directly midfield, about 42 metres out. Cochrane, Odadali, vastly improved going forward, this fella. Swinging arm there. Referee says play on. Cochrane's not happy with that. Out to Gibbs. Gibbs runs straight and hard. They come on in on the and belt him. There's a little bit of a punch-up going on now as the Manly players running to protect Gibbs. There's Tux going to be spoken to. Last tackle. Manly's wingers both drop back to cover the kick. It's gone to Bugden. Farah not aiming for the sidelines, right down the middle of the field, giving it to Shearer. Shearer's looking for a bit of a gap up the middle, and he does a very good run back to halfway. Exceptionally fast player. Hasler looking out there nicely to O'Connor. O'Connor's through the gap. It's a beautiful run by the incisive dual international, but pegged off with a good tackle. Out to Mitchell Cox, out to Lyons. Lyons stands in a tackle, evades it. Now gets going. Gets a pass away to Daly. Daly goes the only way he knows, straight and hard. And now a Canterbury player is going to be pulled out for an incident in that tackle. The referee, Mick Stone, has seen something. It's a good heel. That's all the use of the ball they're going to get. It's one usage. There's the ball gone loose. And the referee says, well, that's enough of that for the first section. Hasler with a little sprint up the blind side. Oi! Came to a sudden Aggressive stop there when Kelly ran into him. Cochrane pretending to, or dummying to kick, last tackle. Bronson at dummy half. Out to Mitchell Cox. Up goes the kick. They're all onside. They're coming roaring through. It's beautifully taken by Shearer. Given to Lyons. And Lyons loses the ball just short of the line. There's a let-off for Canterbury. Mitchell Cox. Lyons. There's Williams. Driven backwards well by Kelly. Lyons. Vaughton. Mitchell Cox. Got to pass away. It's picked up by Vaughton. Given out to Davis and he drops it. Oh, wingers. Wingers, wingers, wingers. They should be burnt at the stake when they drop the ball in the clear. One penalty is the difference between the sides at the moment. Gillespie loses the ball. It's been kicked through. It'll be fielded by Hasler. O'Brien comes up with a top line tackle right round the boots. Bronson runs through dummy half. Runs into Donnelly. O'Brien again involved. Daly. Good step, gets his pass away to Cochrane. Cochrane out to Shearer. Shearer knocks it backwards. Play it well. There's a little bit of a dust-up going on here now. Gillespie's the man involved. Lyons is there. They're still trading punches. Somebody will go to the bin after this lot, surely. Surely. Anyway, Gillespie's off and Shearer's off. 10 minutes. So a right hook to the jaw evidently was the start of proceedings, and both of them have been given a little bit of an early mark. The penalties presently are Manly 10, Canterbury 4. There's Donnelly coming straight and hard. They're only about 12 metres out from the Manly line. Bugden out to Alchin, then to Dunn. Dunn to Kelly. Kelly the cut-out pass to Langmack. He's put out there nicely by Mitchell Cox, but couldn't retain the tackle on him. There's only about 4 metres out. Out to Potter. Potter to Dunn. Dunn trying to unload it one-handed. He and Tux are expert at that. Bugden from dummy half and he's in. Oh, they've opened up like a swinging door. The Manly defence darted to where they thought the ball would go. And of course, Bugden decided that was the moment to throw the dummy. Have a look. The little dummy, we'll see it more widely illustrated from the head-on shot. The breeze just freshening slightly. He's only about 18 metres out and probably 15 metres or 18 metres off centre. He should kick this. He does. So there's a whole new-looking scoreline with 5 minutes to go to half-time. It's Canterbury Bankstown 8, Manly 0. Back come the two sin bin players, Gillespie and Shearer. Lyons is tackled and pushed back by Langmack. Cochrane to Daly. Got to pass away to Cochrane. He's lost the ball. Has the tackle been effective? The referee says no, it hasn't. Got it to Hagan. Hagan's got it to Donnelly. Donnelly out to Hagan. The kick. It could be something for Bennett. It could be. It is. It's a try to Canterbury Bankstown after the bell. For half-time. Would you believe? Would you believe it? A succession of quick hands, and young Donnelly's got to get a lot of credit for that. He didn't believe the game was over. We're looking at the action as they spun it quickly. There he goes, getting the pass away nicely to Hagan. What a beautifully weighted kick that was. Scott Bennett was onside and won the race. The bounce was beautiful. He should run out and buy a lottery ticket after that one. The bounce, well, he couldn't have got a better one had he tried. Oh, yes. Canterbury fans around the ground in what is a reasonable crowd for such an atrocious night. Probably can't believe their luck as he moves in. He struck the ball beautifully. It's a goal! Well, is that rubbing the salt into the wound? So, at the half-time break, Canterbury lead by 14 points to 0, with Manly with a heck of a lot to do. Bugden at dummy half. Look at the charge of the Light Brigade now, with Canterbury tearing their way through the blind side of the ruck there with Tunks as one player. Now here comes Dunn on the blind side. He's made another 8 or 10 metres. They've made 20 metres in 2 rucks. Bugden at dummy half, throws the dummy, looking for his second try. He's tackled only about 3 metres out. The pressure right on Manly now. Alchin, the pass has gone out. Oh, and it's gone to Farah. Has he scored the try? The referee's going to rule a penalty for double movement. Shearer steps, had his last kick charge down. This one's better. At least it's got Potter running for it. Bennett's back there too. Potter sights a little gap and goes right through the middle. Bit of ineffective tackling is linked with Bennett. Bennett's got it to Farah. Another try perhaps coming up. Shearer's run into him and belted him with a shoulder charge right in the chest. Very effective way there. So long as they come off, they look all right. Done hard and strong on the open side of the ruck. They've brought it back in short order to the Manly quarter. Kelly's there, turns it back inside to Tux. Tux belted down hard. Another broken chair tackle. Meredith, the replacement for Mitchell Cox. Shearer. To Williams. Williams gets it to Ryan. Ryan's going nowhere. Got a pass away. It's taken by Langmack. Should be a try coming up here. Through a dummy. Got a pass back on the inside. Tried to revert. Tried to flick past there. And it was never on. And now Shearer's had the ball either knocked out of his hand or tried to throw a dump pass. And it's been intercepted again. So Manly had but one tackle on that occasion. This is arguably the worst display I've seen from the Manly side in national Panasonic football for a donkey's age. They've become a bit of a joke in the forwards with the monotonous regularity with which they lose it. Now Canterbury are joining them. The referee will have to rule on that. There were half a dozen knock-ons on that occasion. That's a sign of frustration, one would think. Vaughton just not going anywhere in the forwards with this defence from Canterbury. Cochrane. Williams gets a high kick up. Potter will take this with ease. No, he takes it badly. Michael O'Connor's got it. Got a pass away. It's taken by Davis. And Davis is in for the try. The first error for the night from Michael Potter. And there you go. You give a guy a rap. The moment you open your mouth, a mistake is made. I said, and I quote, he will take this with ease. He didn't take it with ease. He took it with unease. Looked very bad, actually, and Mike O'Connor did a magnificent job of the National Panasonic replay to get the ball away to Stuart Davis, who went over in the corner. Mal Cochrane. One beater in from the sideline and on the quarter line. Breeze across him from right to left. They'll have to aim outside the right-hand upright. It's a miserable kick. There's no other word for it. Miserable. So, Canterbury 14, Manly 4. Okay, Gillespie on the boil now, gets a pass away to O'Brien. O'Brien's going to score. He does. Wide out. Canterbury are really putting the cleaners through Manly here at Leichhardt Oval. Bit of snappy play up the blind side there with Gillespie involved. O'Brien came away with a good run. Took the pass neatly. Jason Orchin does the charge towards the defence. Gets up and plays the ball. Some of the Manly players not attending enough to the action there as Gillespie went through and offloaded a pass nicely across the ruck. Ryan's tackle was too late. Trying to go through the ruck. The Manly backs are starting to run through the forwards, or trying to move it that way. They don't think they're getting enough possession out wide. Who's to argue? Shearer to Vaughton. Wrapped up straight away. He had to hurdle a fallen body, so that probably off-put him. Hasler. Cochrane's kick will go to Potter. Oh, it ricochets over his head. It's a skiddy sort of a kick. Two chases down there. Ryan's one. The pass has got to O'Brien. He's gone through two tackles, three. He's way upfield. He's towards the halfway line. He's looking for support. He's got it nicely to Hagan. Hagan's outside. Got it to Gillespie. And Gillespie gets it back to Hagan. Oh, yes, I think that was a bit of unselfish football. But they've absolutely strung Manly on the line. That was a horror from a Manly point of view, but brilliant stuff from Canterbury. All started by that little whiz kid, Steve O'Brien, who evaded the tackle of Bronson, the tackle of Ryan, and decided he'd go for a trot up the left. Well, he goes so successfully, he's up towards halfway, throws a dummy, gets it nicely to Hagan, who pulls it in one-handed. Hagan decides he's got Gillespie on the inside, gives that pass to Gillespie. Gillespie gives it straight back to Hagan, and he goes up the sideline and scores the try. Here he is. He's kicked, attempted three from an almost identical position. Struck that, and it's just away to the right, and no goal. So the score remains Canterbury 22, Manly 4.